I'm here with Pastor Dr. David Taylor, and we are going on an adventure. And the adventure is we are leaving Southern California, heading to Philadelphia, and we'll be there for 8 hours and back. And Pastor Taylor will be visiting his hometown of Camden, New Jersey for a couple of hours, and we want to document this journey here. So Pastor Taylor, would you like to give us a few words about how this adventure came about, and just a little synopsis of what we might be doing out there?
Surely, we're going back, as you have mentioned. That's where I was born. We said Camden, but our teacher used to say, no, it's named after Lord Camden. It's Camden, New Jersey, but I call it Camden. We called it, when I studied history, American history in school, we called that area the cradle of American civilization, Philadelphia. Ben Franklin, you name those individuals we read about. We even go to the church where they would worship there in Philadelphia. And even a home near the track, near the high school where I ran the high and low hurdles, there was a house where George Washington stayed. So it's
As
really
in George
interesting.
Washington, the president?
George Washington, the president.
Oh, wow.
And we will cross the Delaware River. That's where George Washington threw the coin across. We'll cross the Ben Franklin Bridge. It's interesting. Walt Whitman, and you'll see. It's quite a place.
Will we be able to make a quick trip to where they signed the Declaration of Independence?
Independence Hall?
Yes.
Definitely. The Liberty Bell? Definitely.
So we'll be able to fit all of that in?
We should be able to get it in. It's like a cluster of important events.
Okay.
People are wondering why Philadelphia was not the capital of Pennsylvania. Why Harrisburg? And I can give you a little history on that, but it's very interesting, the reason why. And you might want to ask me later. I could be more than happy to
all right. So
share.
when we get there, you can give us that history.
That's right.
All right. So at this time, we are on our way to the airport, and we will show you how that goes when we get to the airport.
Yeah.
So we just got to our parking spot, and we are walking to the elevator right now. And I think Pastor Taylor is a little excited about this little endeavor as we go on this journey back in memory time.
It'll take me back to my roots, where I was born, Cooper's Hospital, and where I went to school, elementary school, and junior high, Camden High, and then Oakwood College, a new world in education and meeting people.
All right, so we're in the parking garage right now, and we are heading down to the truck or the van. Are you getting ready to dance, Pastor?
Oh no,
Are
I'm
you learning
just
some new
watching
moves?
Wally. He's doing some of my moves I used to do.
Oh, okay.
Yes. But he's not bad at all for a young kid.
Not for a young
Wally's
kid, huh?
World. What Wally is this? Is he a well-known star or?
Well,
It's
based on
called
this
Wally
facility,
Park.
based on this facility, I think he's well known.
Yes,
Yes.
he surely is. Wally's World. This is something. And what main street was that you took?
So we're off Airport Boulevard.
Airport Boulevard.
Yeah.
I have to remember that.
Yes. And this is what Pastor is checking out. All right.
Look at the old records.
By being on the mat.
Oh, here we are. Look at the city of brotherly love. This is the place. Like I was saying, you would think that Philadelphia would be the capital. But the capital is Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. That's where the landed aristocracy and Americans to get out of the cities because Italians and Irish and minorities were coming to the cities. That's when you got suburbia, you see.
Welcome to Philadelphia.
Here we are.
City of brotherly love.
Okay.
Keep left.
All right.
To I-95 North, then keep right.
Okay, so we are here in Philadelphia.
Keep right to Penrose Avenue.
And we're trying to figure out where we're going. And we're going to go get some food here.
Where are we going to go?
I think we're going to go to have some Jamaican food for breakfast.
What a way to start the day.
1/2 mile. Keep
Because
right
we've
to
been flying all night.
291 West, then keep left.
So we're heading to, I think it's called Tropical
Okay.
something Jamaica. And that's where we're heading.
Excellent. Well, I look forward to that.
Look forward to it. All right, so we're on I-95 here. This I-95 freeway here actually come all the way from Florida.
You go all the way up to New England.
And all the
Keep
way up to
right
New England.
Pennsylvania 291 West, then keep left.
That's really an artery.
Yes. So I understand it's a beautiful drive.
It
Maybe
is.
one day I can take this drive and see what it's like. But for right now, we're here on a different mission.
Yeah.
And we was talking about when
Keep
we
left to Pennsylvania 291 East.
when we first got to LA. The airline we took. I don't want to name the airline,
I understand.
but I can tell you it was full of a lot of spirit. It was a very spirit-filled airline, right?
Yeah, well,
Because really, they left on time.
That's right.
And we
In 2 miles.
got to where
turn
we're
left
going
on South
at least
26th
20
Street.
minutes early.
We were
Right.
early and someone almost misled us.
Yes. So, anyhow, we're thankful for being here in the city of brotherly love.
This is it, Philadelphia.
Yes. All right.
I remember.
And I
well.
don't know which bridge this is, Pastor. You want to tell us about this bridge? You know which bridge this is?
To where we're going. This bridge right now, I can't say.
You can't say.
And I've driven on it.
Yeah, I don't see the name of it.
This is not the one that takes us over to New Jersey.
No,
See
it's
the bridge
not.
over there?
Yes. That's the one that takes you to New Jersey?
I'm not sure.
Oh, okay. Well,
It would tell us,
it looks like a bigger bridge over there. Cars on the top and cars on the bottom.
Yeah.
Now, is this the Delaware River we're crossing?
I wish I could tell you for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it may be.
Okay.
Look at this skyline over there.
But well, I think the skyline over there is, I think, is that's the city of Philadelphia right there. So we're
Yeah.
going into the city. So this might not be the Delaware River.
No,
We're
no,
going
it may
over,
not
right?
be because
Yeah.
you're right there on the coast,
Right. So
and you have the
I
Chesapeake.
imagine we'll get to the Delaware River when we're going over into New Jersey,
New Jersey. We would cross the Delaware River.
right? Okay. All right. Oh, there's a sign over there that says, "Welcome to Philadelphia."
Oh, okay.
To your right.
Okay.
See it over
Yeah,
there?
I see it.
Yeah.
In 1/2 mile, be
Yeah.
in
You
either
point
of
to
the
it.
two
Yes.
left lanes. Then turn left
I
on
should catch
South
the
26th
hint.
Street.
Right. All right. We can stop it. If I get above the dashboard. So we're driving through Philadelphia here, the heart. I mean, look at these buildings here, Pastor. Does this bring back any memory for you?
Yes, it does. This is like the North Philadelphia area. And this is near the old ballpark where the Phillies used to play, Shire Park. This is where you would come down and you would do your shopping down in this area.
What are these buildings over here to the left?
Yeah, it looks like a school or what is it? Oh, you want me to? Oh boy.
Okay. Look at these houses to the right. Wow.
This is Philadelphia, man.
Yeah.
Isn't that amazing? If they had a fire, the whole road would go.
Yes.
They were attached. And if you got a poor neighbor who didn't keep a place clean, then the roaches would be coming over to your
In
place.
1/4 mile, turn right on South 52nd Street.
I wonder what these houses are selling for now. This- Could you live here?
Not in the city.
I know.
Yeah.
Turn right.
I look
the
at it
traffic
now, I
light.
don't think I could, having,
Yeah.
lived the way we do in California.
Okay, turn down.
Okay.
So, Pastor, where are you at?
Man, this is territory I used to come to as a kid with the guys on the street, Billy Jickets and Eddie Lacy, Junior Lamb. We were coming to this area, my own relatives. Here we are. And they came to Philadelphia because they would study when they were down south to read it. What was the best place for minorities or black or colored people then, as we would call them.
So, where are we going right now?
We're going to the Tropical Choice.
Oh, it's not open.
It's not open yet. But
So
this
we're at
will
the
happen.
Tropical Choice, but it's not open.
Notice what it says, no hoodies.
Yeah. I turn it on. Go.
Okay, you got it? You want me to take it right there? Oh,
What do you want to say about that building?
Oh, the Independence Hall,
Gotta
the
hold it
Liberty Bell, yeah.
Yeah, hold on.
Independence Hall.
Did you just pass Independence Hall?
Yeah, hold it up there.
Okay, so where are we headed now?
Now we're headed
Take
now
the
to
ramp
the
ahead to
Benjamin
I-676
Franklin
East.
Bridge.
Okay, and then from there, where are we going?
We're going to Camden, where I used to live, the house and all of that.
Oh, what's this over here? Says
That
United-
is that's the Mint, United States Mint.
United States Mint. So that's where they make the money.
Yeah,
So can we stop there for a minute?
if you want to, man. I
Yeah.
thought I was getting. Yeah, let's stop there.
Okay.
Take the ramp ahead.
Tell them I can save them some money. I can save them some money, man. I can make some in my garage.
Oh, you have the United States Mint Police also. Independence Transportation Center. Oh,
Yeah.
over here.
And there's a circle you go around. You could come back. I think this circle up. It says exit to Bridge. See Bridge. Oh, Bridge in New Jersey. Look at you.
Oh, so that bridge to New Jersey.
That's the one's going to take us to Camden.
Oh, okay.
You want them more in the air, huh? I thought I was good with the camera, but you're teaching me some things. Avoid the dash.
Okay. Oh, what does that sign say here?
That's Camden, going to Camden.
You gotta hold up. So this is a...
No, over here is where that Christ Church is, where George Washington, those folks.
Okay.
Keep right to
So this is the Benjamin
Franklin Bridge.
Franklin Bridge.
Yeah, and that takes you into Camden.
Okay, so we're crossing over from...
This is the Delaware...
From Pennsylvania to New Jersey.
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay.
And from Philadelphia to Camden.
And from Philadelphia to Camden.
Mm-hmm.
Now, is it...
Then there's a ferry that would run between here, too.
Okay, so the water down there, what body of water is that?
That is the Delaware River.
That is the Delaware River.
Yes. And this bridge they work on year round.
To keep it maintained.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Of course. Makes sense.
It's like the Bay Bridge.
Yeah.
By the time they finish one end, they're ready to start the other.
Right.
Now this is going over the Delaware River.
Okay.
And down in this area along the waterfront, you will have Campbell Soups, RCA Victor, the New York Shipyard, which was really here in New Jersey, and Whitman's Chocolate. I don't know whether you remember that.
So, when was the last time you were in Camden, New Jersey?
Oh. Right to I-676 South.
I would say in the 70s. When I was teaching at Oakwood, I would come up.
So you've been here, the last time you were here was over 50 years ago?
Yep.
Wow.
And some things are still the same.
And some things never change, huh?
Never change.
The bridge never changed.
Yeah.
Same bridge.
Now, we want you to go right on Broadway.
Okay.
I don't want you to go straight down. I want you to go right. Although you have your thing on, it will probably take you more directly to that address. But I know Broadway is right off of here.
Oh, there's a toll road
here.
Yeah,
see, use Broadway? Yeah, go ahead, turn right here. Yeah. Broadway,
so to get
Camden.
Get back into into
Philly,
we're
gonna come back and go over the bridge.
So I need to turn here?
No, we're going. No, I'm go Broadway. Oh, I'm sorry, man. I held it crooked. So all that's new there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, all that's new. I wasn't here when I was here. Oh, I got to hold this straight. Are we going to Broadway?
It says downtown.
Yeah,
Market
Broadway,
Street.
Gloucester. Yeah, that's what you want. See Campbell Place after Campbell Soups. Atlantic City is not that far.
It's 1 mile away, 1 mile ahead.
What, Broadway?
For the exit.
Okay. Well, see, that looks so much longer now.
Okay. Until top.
Okay.
Okay. So what were you saying about this bridge now and this area?
I remember they built this. It takes you down to Atlantic City.
So where are we right now? What city are we in?
Here in Camden.
Camden, New Jersey?
Yeah. Where I go.
So So this is the bridge above here?
This is the highway leading down to Atlantic City.
Oh, okay.
And I remember when they were building this.
And how about to the left over here?
There were stores there. There's a Catholic church, St. Bart's. Go slowly. I'm gonna see if I can get you there. Oh. Now is this Sycamore Street? Yeah. Here's where I went to elementary school.
This is where you went to elementary school?
Yeah. John Greenleaf Whittier. This should be Chestnut. 7th and Chestnut. Oh, I'm sorry, man. I'm getting excited. My daddy's brother used to go with the lady who owned that place.
Oh, okay. This place on the...
That was a bar called Mommy's. My uncle lived with a lady in one of these houses. So I'm sorry.
Okay, you're a cameraman, so you gotta keep it.
Yeah.
You gotta keep it steady. Go ahead, buddy.
Turn left on Walnut Street.
See, Walnut Street. Now, I don't want you to think I've deceived you. I don't want you to think I deceived you. You're going to turn left on
Yes.
Walnut.
Why would I think that?
Okay, because my cousin told me they tore the house down. It's no longer here.
It's gonna be at the right
Okay,
hand side.
go slowly. It was right in here.
Okay. Put it over
Arriving
there.
at 743 Walnut Street on the right.
So this is where you
Yeah, that's where we live, right? The house.
in this vacant lot here. Your house was there.
The house was there.
And how long did you live here for?
Oh, from third grade until I went to junior. Oh, when I went to Oakwood, they lived there.
And the elementary school down the street.
And
that's where you went to
John
school?
Greenleaf Whittier.
Oh.
And I would walk right through the alley to go there. Or I would look out. If I saw the flag up, I knew we had school. If the flag wasn't up, because it snowed, I would stay in the bed.
So you were pretty close to school then?
That's right.
So these buildings here, they weren't there then?
No.
Because,
Right, what buildings?
You know, back here?
Yeah, some. We'll go around. I'll show you something. The Catholic Church, St. Bart's Catholic Church. But let me tell you something. I'm gonna show you something. You see that house?
Which one? The
Right
white
there
one?
with the black.
Yeah, next to
top
the white
area.
one.
We own that too.
Oh.
My mother and father lived there, and they rented this one out.
Let's see. You're talking about
That's
this one right here.
Go it down.
740 something.
747, I think it was.
Seven.
Right here, this one.
Uh,
My folks had that porch.
This one right here?
Yeah, my folks had that porch built. And then that garage back there, see the garage? That was ours on this side, the double car. Mr. Ashley's house is going. I'm blowing it, man. I'm getting excited.
Oh, you're doing great.
In this house right there, I used to cut their lawn for them as a kid. He was white, Mr. Lynn. She was black, Miss Elizabeth.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I'm gonna see if we can turn left here. Go head up a little.
Okay, hold on a second.
Look at here. I can't believe it, man. This is 7th Street, yeah?
It's a one-way street.
Is 7th one way?
No.
No, it's not. Okay, go left.
Let's pull over a second.
Okay. Okay, get it up and don't show the dash.
Okay, so what are you saying about this
Now that's
corner?
Walnut. They were houses there. A big building, a business was in that right there in that corner.
Oh, okay.
I remember it. There was a church that was there. I used to go hold a week of prayer for them. And then I'm gonna show you where I first heard the message.
Okay.
As in going down. This is not Sycamore. This is Chestnut. Okay, that's where the tent was, right where that thing is.
Put it over there.
Yeah, that's Chestnut Street, where Elder Banfield.
So that open
held the
lot,
meeting.
that's where the tent was?
That's right.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
All right, so where are we headed now?
Now I want you to turn left here at Keynes Avenue.
Well, I can't turn left.
You can't turn left here? Why, it's one way?
Yeah, so I have to circle
Then
back around.
go right and circle.
Well, I have to go down to the next light and circle back.
Okay. Oh.
Yeah, so I'll do that.
So should I turn it off? No.
If you want to.
No, it's tell me what you the man that know what's important.
Okay, press that.
Press it. Okay, there it is. Yeah. This is St. Bartholomew's Catholic Church. And I remember when that was built.
Well, yeah, so it was built. You see what year it was built? Look.
Yeah, 47.
1947. Yeah.
47.
And so you were
47.
14 years old, right?
Yeah, 13 to 14.
Yeah, so that's why you remember when it was built.
Uh-huh.
Oh, wow.
Now.
So you're older than that church?
Yeah.
Come on.
Hey, yeah, that's right. So I'm getting excited. Now, this street, can you go up this street? Or is it too narrow now?
Well, Yeah, it's too narrow.
So now that's
There's nothing up there really. What do you need?
no. That's I want to show you the back of the school where I went.
Okay.
Whittier, John Greenleaf Whittier. It's because he was up there. Yeah, be careful, your back tire's going to hit that thing. Nope. Okay. And this
All right,
is St.
so this
Bartholomew.
only one car can pass on the street.
That's right.
Okay.
And this is the church, and they built that. We thought that was the most beautiful church in town. And right next to the school, this vacant lot, there was the Methodist church
So
there.
we're on Marie Street.
Is
check
that
this
what
out.
it's called?
Yeah. But
I never knew the name of the street. I just knew we would come here and
I want to show you something.
yeah, go ahead. If I remember something, I'll tell you what I know.
Look, Baxter Street.
Oh yeah.
This
See, yeah,
this little alleyway right here. Here.
uh-huh.
Let the folks see. It's called Baxter Street.
Baxter Street.
Right there. So
Look at it. It's the alley now.
Baxter Street.
See, it shows. Not keeping up with the times, man.
Wow.
See, and that's pardon me, man. I'm getting excited about where I used to be. See, and all out here we used to play. And this building here was not there at all.
Okay.
That was not there. And that's the back of Whittier School.
Back of your elementary school.
Yeah,
Okay.
7th and Chestnut.
So all of
is
this
the back.
is
All of
elementary?
that. Yeah. See, all of that. It was.
So this was added on later?
This was the Methodist Church.
Oh, okay.
Right here.
Oh, where's the elementary school?
And this is the elementary school right here.
Oh, okay.
The church is now gone. I'll show you where they moved to.
Oh.
And they would have me come every year and do a week of prayer for them.
So now this is the elementary school.
Yeah, where I went.
Yeah,
And
where you went.
I think it's still, but they changed the name. Did you notice? When you go back here on 8th Street and turn left, see these houses, I had a buddy who lived down there.
Back in the day, those were nice houses.
Yeah, they were nice. Now you're going to turn left here, but be careful.
That's one, Louis.
Yeah, this is 8th Street.
John Greenleaf Whittier School.
She knows what to say. Academy.
Oh, okay. They changed the name.
Yeah.
Did you get it?
Now that lady was coming, and that's how I said my uncle used to go with the lady who owned that place on the corner. They called it Mommy's.
So this building was built in 1910.
In 1910.
13 years before you. So then this building here,
Yeah.
this is where your uncle's girlfriend
Yeah, his
lived.
girlfriend lived.
Okay.
And these houses, I remember Sissy Pratt used to live in that house. Her last name was Thelma Pratt. We called her Sissy Pratt.
Okay.
And to see the school bus here,
Yes.
bus service now. I should take music lessons at a house down here. First Church of God now. Now you could, all this is different.
Yeah, brand new.
Yeah.
All right. All right. So, Pastor, who did you just see a while ago?
I just saw a while ago, we've been visiting many people, but I went to see my cousin Joan. We call it Joni.
And you only had a 2-minute visit, 30-second visit.
Yeah, it's 30 seconds.
But it was good though, right?
It was a very good one. Because
And you got
I
a
had
picture
seen-
with her?
I got a picture with her.
Right.
And she's a retired school teacher now.
Okay, so now we are heading to
To see Shuna,
Shuna.
and I always call them Shuna Ali Mia.
Okay, and why?
And his father was from India. His mother was from Connecticut. He had 3 sisters. One, the youngest, was called Sugaraya. The next to the youngest was called Kalada. And the oldest was called Kulsum. Kulsum and my sister were very close.
Okay.
Kaleda and I, my mother liked her, wanted me to marry her when we got older.
Uh-huh.
And I didn't have it for Coletta. Or maybe she didn't have it for me.
Right.
And then Sugar Raya married, and her daughter got killed.
Oh.
And she has never been the same.
Mm.
And I call her now and then to talk with her and to have prayer.
So when was the last time you saw your friend?
My friend Shuna,
Shuna.
I was supposed to come to his birthday party, but something came up where we were in California. But they did do a Zoom on me.
Oh,
to give him
I
greeting.
remember. And his son sent you the login.
That's right.
Oh, okay. But when was the last time you saw him in person?
It's since I left Camden High in '52, but it might have been in the late '40s, like '49.
That's the last time you saw him?
That's right, in person.
That's the last time you saw him in person?
Last time I saw Shuna Mia.
Wow.
And his sister Coletta, I hadn't seen her in years.
That's over what? 70 years?
Yeah.
Since you last saw him.
That's right.
But you guys have kept in touch all these years?
We've kept in touch. No, there was a period there that we didn't, and then I found out where he was.
Oh, okay.
We got in touch again.
Wow.
His sister Coletta used to talk with me, the one my mother wanted me to marry as a young kid, not knowing what he was doing.
All right, so we're almost there. So we'll see what happens with this reunion here after 70 years.
After 70 years.
All right.
Shuna, did you hear what I said? Did you hear what I said? We're taking a picture, a video. I'm reliving my time growing up in the Garden State. Wow. So I had to get you in here. Look at you, man. Look at you.
How you doing? All right.
Oh, only men with pretty heads have bald heads. When you have an ugly head, they hide it with hair. When is the last time I've seen you?
I was just telling her you came to Voorhees when I was there. That must have been about 30 years ago.
Is it 30? Was it 30? Okay.
Yeah.
Sister Gloria, I have to hug you. Because my sister's name was Gloria.
How you doing?
Yeah, this is my friend Hugh.
Hi, Hugh.
Hugh's from Jamaica.
Okay.
And we're good buddies, and we're doing this, and he probably will ask you something I don't know. But don't tell him what we were bad together, okay? Gloria, good to see you, lady.
Great to see you.
And I'll keep my hat off.
Yeah.
And I still look up to you, Shuna. I don't know why.
Can I get water or tea or something?
No, I'm fine, thank you.
No, I'm in good shape. I have a little juice in the car.
Okay.
Yeah. How's Coletta? Can you talk to her?
Yeah.
I'm gonna get your phone.
Okay.
Just to speak to her, you know. I said, now who is this, Shuna? Your wife's part of the family?
That's my mother and father.
Oh, look at this. See there? And that's you and Glow, right?
Yeah.
Look at you and look at there. That's her. That is she. I mean, pardon me. Look at that. He's the one who gave me my schmelz.
In fact, we're looking for them now.
Is that right?
Happy to see you, Dave.
Yeah, he's doing his thing here.
Okay.
But you don't have to, just be Shuna and be Gloria. Okay?
That's all we can be.
Yeah, he says, I'll take you out there. No, Hugh got his equipment, and here we are.
When did you get in town?
This morning, about 7.
Wow.
And we're going back. We're leaving what time?
Happy Father's Day to you.
Thank you, sweetheart.
Happy Father's Day to me.
I sent you a message yesterday, but it didn't go through. I don't know why.
Yeah, no, it is.
But I tried to send it twice.
To whom?
I have a friend here just got in town. He wants to say hi.
Oh, okay.
You're still beautiful, and although I don't see you.
David.
David, see, how you doing? I'm over here with Shuna and Glow, and I have a friend with me. He and I flew in on the Red Eye Special. I was going to get my birth certificate, and then I found it. He said, we spent the money, they won't repay us, so we'll just take a trip out, and so that's what we're doing. So, Carlotta, how you doing?
I'm doing well, thank you. I'm doing much better than I have been.
Oh, okay. So we'll keep praying for you. You'll get even better than that.
Thank you. Yes. How
Yeah.
are you doing?
Hey, not bad at all. If we're any better, I couldn't take it. Really, it frightens me. I feel good. I have no pain, no arthritis, you know?
That's great. That's great, because
I know. It is.
Yeah,
And I'm looking at your brother. The only thing I disliked about your brother was he went to Woodrow Wilson, I went to Camden.
Right.
But we never argued about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Boy,
How's your wife?
Dulcis is doing fine.
Good.
We're going to Jamaica next month, Hugh. We're going to Jamaica next month.
Okay.
Going
Great.
out to the beach.
Uh-huh.
I would wear a bathing suit, but I better not, because I might get discovered and be in Hollywood or something. But we're going, you know, and we're leaving when? On the 7th or 8th?
The 9th.
The 9th. We'll be there for about a week.
All right.
You know, so when you're retired, you could do some of those things.
Yes, that's right.
Mm-hmm. Now, are you still heavily involved with the church?
No.
No.
In fact, I attend.
I never came to this area. I used to go to the fields and pick blueberries.
Yeah.
Did they do it out this way? You don't know?
Further south. Yeah.
No.
Further south.
Okay. Like what little town?
Which
We were
town?
just talking about that. Chislehurst, Hamilton.
Hamilton? Okay. Yeah, I would pick either blueberries or tomatoes, string beans. But I hated picking strawberries because they were so low, it would hurt my back.
Wow.
And I would tell my mom, I said, Mom, she said, you don't have back, boy, you have gristle. She said, you get out, you know. Oh, Eula Taylor.
I'm telling you. She was a strong lady.
You remember that, huh?
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Dulcis is a strong lady. My wife and Maxine, who had died, was strong.
Wow.
Yeah, and Maxine and my mom used to bump heads.
Really?
But Maxine and Maxine's dad loved each other. And her mother loved me. You know? Tell me as a preacher, you can't wear this and don't do that. And so we had fun, but it was enjoyable. And Dulce's a strong person too, with the 3 boys, a nurse, and I tease her. I said, now don't forget now, when we get married, it's going to be hard for you because you're used to instructing your boys what to do. And you're now a nurse, and you tell patients what to do. You see, I said, I served as an executive, and I'm used to getting things done a certain way. So we had fun talking and say, okay. But fine lady, man. That's her, what she call you, grandson? He's not going to talk. Grandson, call Hugh grandson. And so he said, well, let's go and have fun since we paid for the money tickets and won't get it back. So we just took the flight. I got a chance to see you and see Gloria.
Yes.
Now, when you were in Camden, did you go by where you lived on Walnut Street? You did?
Guess what?
What?
House is not there.
Wow.
That house, the Showers next to us, gone. Where Reverend Rush used to live, gone. Miss Graham used to live, gone. The alley, the house that my folks lived in afterwards, that's still there.
Okay.
The Ashleys next to them.
Okay.
And Camden High is gone.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. They should have just gutted that place.
That's all. I live across, I have a house across from there.
Is that right? With Baird Boulevard or no?
Right on Baird Park.
Is that right?
House, yeah.
Huh. Now, where'd you go to high school?
Camden High.
I would ask you the year. What year?
68.
Oh, yeah, you were way after me. See, I left there in 52. And you left Wilson about 50 or 51.
50, I believe.
Yeah, You were ahead of your day. Yeah, I remember Oshuna. I think he's what kept me in the church, other than the good Lord. Yeah, Shuna and I, we were cut buddies, as they used to say, you know.
Yeah, he's always spoken highly of you.
What did you say?
He's always spoken highly of you.
He did. Well, I think, a whole bunch of him. He was a great influence. Meant a lot to me. So I may do some teaching when I go back to Oakwood.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
At Oakwood?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I told them, I said, don't worry about salary. Not that I'm not rich at all, but I appreciated what Oakwood did for me.
I understand that.
And so I'll do, but I don't like virtual, where they just have the camera, you don't know who's out there. Yeah. I want to interact. I want to look in your eyes with each other. And so I would do that. I'm going to do some writing. You're going to be in my book.
Wow.
I'm going to talk about you. And now that I met Gloria, I'm going to get her in there. Yes, sirree.
So now what course would you teach?
I teach, I get into New Testament, life and teachings of Jesus for medical students, dental, healthcare professionals, his ministry, how he related to people, graduate school, I would do that. Because my doctor's from Vanderbilt University. And
now I thought you were teaching medical ethics. So
I teach ethics, yeah.
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 Yeah, that's a real important area now with this AI coming in. They're manufacturing all kinds of things and actually almost forcing people into situations,
Yeah, in ethics, we say, well, we believe this, but why? Then we look at it from an ethical perspective, and that it's really interesting. And not so much that they learn from the mentor.
Michael Eric Dyson was the one who kind of influenced me to go back and see what they say. And
it's interesting, isn't it?
it's really
Very, oh, yeah.
I listen more and more to them, and actually you can go online and get some of the verbiage. And it's interesting because they tell you how the streets really are.
That's true.
And although me and you grew up in the church, at least I had a lot of street influence,
You were Billy Eckstein, man. He used to wear his slim gin ties, and And he would sing some of the songs. I said, shooter, shooter. And one time I was preaching, I tried a little rap from the Psalms, Psalmist David. You know, I to the hill lift up mine eyes from which shall come my aid. And I was rapping, I said, I to the hills lift up mine eyes from which shall come mine aid. My help does from Jehovah come, who heaven and earth hath made. He will not let your foot be moved or slumber, for he said, you know the folks. They stood up and applauded. Trying to be, I didn't do it anymore.
You sound pretty good.
Did I? Yeah. Oh, maybe I should start rapping. That's good.
I bet you'll have some students who really will, like that, because it shows that you're still moving and accepting the modern culture. And I mean, they grew up in that, so some of them, that's all they know.
I was talking to the dean. He's of the School of Religion now at Loma Linda. And I said, you're retiring. I said, you're going to stay and teach a class? He says, He says, I cannot communicate with these young people today.
Wow. Well, to me, that's sad, I mean, if you can't communicate with young people, what are you going to do with yourself,
See, and that's a big problem. See, what Jesus did, he would go among the people. He didn't insulate or isolate himself. He went among them. And here was this big crowd. And he said, who touched me? And here was a lady who touched the hem of his garment. He was in touch with people.
Oh, yeah.
And it made a difference. And in the classroom, that's what I would seek to do. Get in touch with the students. And I enjoyed it immensely. I think maybe that's why I'm still here.
And they need us. They need us, as the kids say, OGs, to go into the classroom and even historically give them a different kind of perspective.
What was your tradition growing up, Gloria? Religion.
In terms of?
Religion, church.
Pentecostal.
You were Pentecostal?
And then Baptist.
And Baptist?
And then I was like non-secretariat, Reverend Dawson in Camden.
Reverend who?
Bill.
husband,
Bill King.
I had gone, but I heard about him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was effective. I heard he was effective. So in Pentecostal, then it had to be, and you correct me if I'm wrong, this leader out of Memphis.
I don't
Gift
know.
of tongues.
Gift of tongues.
But
I never really was into that whole religious structure.
See, you said it correctly.
Yeah.
The whole religious thing. How fast is religion growing today? Not at all.
Yeah.
Not at all.
But tell him about when you were sub-teaching in Camden.
Yeah, I'm an accountant by profession.
Really?
And I was substitute teaching at the high school, Camden High.
Really?
And you know what that's got to be like, right?
Yeah. And in the 60s, I imagine, really so.
Well, this was in
Just a couple of
now.
years.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
So I walked in there, and of course they were like, "Oh my God, what's this old lady doing in here?" And then they were like grandmom, and they weren't respectful. But I would, instead of, the teachers took an elevator, I would walk with them up the steps and just always be in their presence. And finally, I became grandmom. And can you help me?
Really?
And that's where you want to go. I didn't change my language. I didn't have to figure out how to speak to them. I had to just be with them.
Being there, that means a lot.
That you love them. And, you know, that in spite of their bad attitude, that repaired itself when they began to see me a little differently. So I was there for a couple of years. Right?
Yeah. And you enjoyed it that happens.
I left with COVID.
Student, I don't know if you remember when I was baptized. I was in the 11th grade. And I had that 4-year offer to go to Morgan State and run the high and low hurdles. And Mr. Enton, the Jewish coach, says, Taylor, he says, I have a 4-year scholarship for you, room and board and everything at Morgan to run the high and low hurdles. And I says, Coach, I won't be accepting it. What? I mean, how many black kids were going to college back in the 50s? You see? You see, you know what they do to your people down south? You know, being Jewish. And I said, well, the Lord's called me. And I went to Oakwood, and that's when. So here I am now, and it goes so fast. So rapidly. And so it behooves, I'm glad you two are together. And look at us now. Now, Hugh, you know Glory, you know Shuna. And he said, we can't stay long because we have that flight to make. So we'll be getting on the road, get back California tonight about 10 o'clock. I think it's about 10. Yeah.
That's amazing when you think about it.
It is, man. That whole thing. And look at us now. Lord's been good to us.
Yes.
And glad to meet you, Sister Glow.
Nice to meet you.
And appreciate it. Don't stumble, man.
All right, so how do you feel seeing Shuna?
Oh man, I almost want to cry, you know, just to see him and meet his wife. And he's still faithful. He's still faithful. And I told him, you know, when you live like that, like Jesus, you may end up being crucified, but you've helped so many others. People in church didn't always understand him. But I did. I knew he had a good heart. He knew the Lord. But he just looked at things, approached it a little differently. Yeah. Thanks, man. I appreciate you. He said, you know, about coming.
Right.
And
that's where we are. Where we're coming from.
We're here now.
Take the exit toward 5th Street, then take the exit toward North Marginal Road.
Here we are.
I missed it.
Philadelphia. Can you go around?
In 1,000 feet, turn right onto North Franklin Street.
So where are we
Take
now?
the second right onto North Franklin Street, then take the US 30 ramp.
We're going to Constitution Hall.
Constitution Hall.
Yeah, and there's Independence Hall. I think that's what they changed.
Okay.
You see.
Take the US 30 ramp.
Oops.
At the light, turn left onto North 8th Street.
Couldn't do it,
missed
huh?
it now.
In 800 feet, turn left onto North 10th Street.
We're now in the area.
Turn left?
At the light,
on
turn
10th.
left onto North
No,
10th Street, then turn left onto Vine Street.
Vine Street, I remember.
At the light, turn left onto Vine Street, then use the middle lane to turn slightly right.
No turn on red. Oh, yeah.
Okay, Pastor Taylor, so where are we right now?
We're now here in Philadelphia, Brotherly Love, and we just passed the Quaker meeting place.
Oh, okay,
The
back there?
Yes.
Okay.
They were the ones who were interested in people, love people.
And that's the Constitutional Center over there.
And that's right in this area, you see.
So what's over there?
Over there,
They should have copies of the Constitution.
I think they do.
So maybe we should take a look over there.
Let's look over there.
You know,
As a
considering
kid, I
that
went there when
the
I was at.
Constitution is under attack right now.
Oh, you better
So
believe
let's
it.
go read it for ourselves.
And it's being attacked not by outsiders, but from insiders.
But from insiders. So let's go read it and see.
We could do it, man.
Okay. So, in the city of Brotherly Love, we jaywalk.
That's right.
Okay.
No, I wasn't a jaywalk. You went against that red.
Oh, we just went against the red. Oh. Okay.
Yeah, the jaywalk you.
All right. Keep walking now.
So here we are at Constitution Hall, and as we walk, we think of our Constitution, the founding fathers, and why they wrote it, the importance of the Constitution. It's not for the few, by the few, but for all of you. That's it. The Constitution of the United States of America. Beautiful area. You think about it, look at it now. The history and what it means to us as the people today. The Liberty Bell, we'll see that. I remember that as a kid, seeing the Liberty Bell.
So, were you able to get into the Constitutional Hall?
When I was a kid, I don't remember.
No, a while ago. Were you able to get in?
Oh no, we weren't.
What
Not
happened?
today. They are open. They're closed today,
Oh, okay.
and that's the reason
All right,
why.
so where are we headed now?
Now we're headed towards Independence Hall. Where the Liberty Bell is.
Okay, so let's
They
see if we
rang
can
so
find that.
loudly and so emotionally for freedom that the bell cracked.
Okay, so we have to find where that is.
Yes,
Okay.
and I believe it's here at Independence Hall.
Okay.
To the visitor center, and it's for everyone, not any certain special race.
Okay.
But you will notice as you walk in what the carpets say
Okay.
to us, and it's so important. Thank you. Notice visitor center, the welcome in the different languages, and it means so much. The welcome, benvenute, and here we are. And we're warmly welcome. These doors keep you in shape. Yes. And here we are again. And we're being shown the significant places here in Philadelphia, which helped to build America and what we are today. And now we've been instructed by Sean. Go right ahead. Show us.
Welcome to Independence National Historical Park. We're glad to have you. So currently we are standing in the Independence Visitor Center. If you go behind you and directly across the street, you'll see an open-air exhibit called the President's House Site, which is where George Washington and eventually John Adams will live. And then right behind that is a building for the Liberty Bell. It's a museum dedicated to the history of the Liberty Bell and its significance. And then at the end, you can see the bell itself. And then right across from that is Independence Square, which is consistent of 4 buildings. You have Old City Hall, which is where the United States Supreme Court met for 9 years. And Philadelphia served as the capital of the United States. And then if you go back behind to get onto the square, Independence Hall, where the Declaration of Independence and the United States Constitution are discussed, debated, and signed. You can visit the West Wing and see some of those documents that were discussed in Independence Hall. And you can also take a Congress Hall tour. And that is where Congress met when this was the federal capital. But that is also where George Washington is inaugurated for his second term. And then John Adams will be inaugurated in there when he becomes our second president. It's also where the Bill of Rights is ratified in 1791. After seeing Independence Square, if you go down about a block and a half, you can go and see where Ben Franklin used to live. Unfortunately, his grandchildren tore the house down. But today, that's where the Ben Franklin Museum is, as well as the printing office, which is a recreation of Franklin's printing office, where we do demonstrations throughout the day. And then you're also welcome to check out Christ Church. It's where many of the members of the Constitutional Convention and Second Continental Congress, that's where they attended church. You can visit the Museum of American Revolution. If you want to go see where coins are made, you can visit the United States Mint. And if you want to pay your respects to Franklin, well, he's buried right across the street.
Thank you so much, Sean, and we appreciate that.
You're very welcome.
Giving us this historical birth and setting of American civilization.
That is right.
I'm here to go to get my...
We are. Notice the line, the people, different cultures, different shades. They're coming to look at the Liberty Bell. This Liberty Bell with the rang when we declared our independence. This is the National Historical Park. And it's important, they're waiting to go in. No charge, just to see what this freedom was all about, where the Liberty Bell is housed. And we're walking by, we're going to look in because we have other interesting sights to see and to view here in Philadelphia. Brotherly love, indeed. There's probably more back that way, I think. This is not the man you were asking who that is, that statue. That was another one that we saw. Free walking tour.
And then 1846, like 1848.
At 5:15, you could go on a walking tour of these sites that let us see the growth of freedom and what it's all about. And you can see the people are excited and proud to look at what our forefathers, the pioneers, left for us as a people today. And here we can see the Liberty Bell here in Philadelphia. Quite a sight. As a kid, I remember it so well. Look at the little rabbit here, even enjoying the freedom of the plants here near the Liberty Bell. And it's never ending. People coming from other countries just to see why America is like it is and what's so important to us as the people today. And there we see it, the Liberty Bell right inside. And it's a thing of beauty to behold. To call him the father of our country, our first president, George Washington. This is the area we can even visit the church where he attended and worshiped. We can see the halls where he was and where they signed documents that we house, not worship, but appreciate the wisdom born of heaven concerning what freedom is all about. And notice the crowds still gather in 2025, honoring the freedom and its principles and what it's all about and what freedom really is. Those streets, we hear much about them. people walking this area, the horse hoofs, as they would make that certain sound, pulling the carts and the chariots and leadership. Here's what you see it right here in Philadelphia. I call it the civilization, the birth of American civilization in Philadelphia, the city of love, brotherly love for all people, love. We must live and practice that love, its principle. Love your neighbor as you love yourself. And we can thank God for our neighbors and who they are and what they stand for.
What is that statue's face?
I'm standing beneath the shadows, the figure of John Barry from Ireland. He is the father of the United States Navy, and John Barry's contribution was tremendous. He came from Ireland, and he was born there in 1745, and he died here in Philadelphia in 1803. And we can thank you for the Friendly Sons of St. Patrick honoring Commodore John Barry, the United States Navy. We now have the history. It's his story about what it's all about. And the people still come. They want to know more, where what they've studied becomes reality to them. And they
So, Pastor Taylor, have you ever been over here before?
Yes, I have. I came here when I was in the 3rd grade, the 4th grade.
So
it was a part of our curriculum to
So
come.
that was over 80 years ago, huh?
Well, many years ago. And it was such an experience for us as young people. We look forward to it. Not that we didn't have school, that is sitting in the classroom, but this is school.
So, as you see all these people here and all this history, what are your thoughts?
My thoughts are filled with joy, because look at them. You notice the different cultures, men and women, as they come to see what they've studied about in books and heard people lecture about. Now with those eyes, they are seeing the works, the outcome of what the pioneers have done for this country and what they have given to us, dying in order that freedom might really be free. Not just a theory, but a reality. And that's so needed today. Freedom, not just words. Freedom, not just what we articulate, but what we live is more powerful than what we say. And these people have come. Look at them, young and unyoung. We walk the cobblestone streets where their sweat has dedicated them. In this area we see, they are renewing the old structures, are putting one more durable in its place. This is what Independence Square is all about. And their gifts of people like you, like me, male or female, those whom God created at the beginning, what they have done. If our hearts are dedicated to God, if our minds would just embrace the wisdom of heaven, look what the entire world family could be. Let's live it. Let's practice it. And thank God today, where I stand is special ground. Let's make it holy, because we wholly and fully believe this wisdom have come from heaven. Yes, the economy, it was the business, the freedom, liberty and justice for all, not by the few and for the few, but for all, irrespective of how you look and irrespective from where you'll come. We've all come from the hand of the Creator who's given us those inalienable rights of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And we cannot stand in its way. This is why people love and want that true freedom. And others, well, they do not. They merely talk about it theoretically, but to live it, that's the real key. Here we find the dirty business of slavery. Yeah, there's the half moon. That really, as when we were younger, we said that meant it's time for you to cut your fingernails. We didn't think of half moon and what was happening there in the heavens, just here on earth where we live. And today we had a grand time going from the west coast to the east coast, from Los Angeles, the city of the angels, to Philadelphia, the city of brotherly love. And we were taught that's where we had our birth as a nation, on the East Coast. And we saw the records where the pioneers and the founding fathers stayed. It was really interesting. It's intriguing, and not just for me or for you, but look at the many people who were there, different cultures, coming to see Constitution Hall, Independence Hall, coming to see the Liberty Bell, the East Coast, and we expanded westward. They said, well, beyond Ohio, that was the heathens. That was going west, and nothing beyond that. But discovery opens up so much for us, and we discovered right there in that square of the Constitution, Declaration of Independence, how things continue to expand. And here we are, 2025, and seeing what those pioneers has accomplished. So I'm just so grateful. It helps me to grow and to see the cities that we visited, East Coast and West Coast, and the cities that we flew over at 30,000 feet. Cities with people accomplishing things, and still they're growing. And when you look at the Bible, Revelation talks about the city, a city of heaven, the new Jerusalem, where all things will be new. And we saw cemeteries, we heard about this one dying, when they died approximately, or the exact date. But in this new city, no more death. This is why we tie in so beautifully the life of Jesus Christ in our lives today. We go beyond brick and mortar, but a heavenly city. No more death, no more wars, no more north and south, east or west, World War I or II. The city of God, none of that will take place. And that's what I receive as I look at the secular cities, the pioneers, and what they accomplished. It was quite a growing experience for me. I was saddened a little bit when we went to 743 Walnut Street, and the house where I grew up, part of my life, was no longer there. Expansion, new cities, rot, decay, suburbia, urban areas, and it's really God that it's beyond what we have here. It's beyond, and this is why it's so vitally important to have a life in Jesus Christ and the hope He gives us, and He tells us that all things will be made new. Well, that's our journey for today. How we have grown as people personally, and how we have grown as a nation, and to see it unfolding beautifully, but yet with us people still there. We will have our conflicts. This is why the earth made new, and that new city will mean so much to us. I would just like to thank my friend. He said, let's go and have fun. And it was fun. It was joyous. And Paul says we can comfort one another as we see that we're built upon the foundation of the Word of God. We'll see you in the morning. All things will be made new. These former things are passed away. And here we are today, rejoicing. Thank you. On June 15, 2025, a friend of mine and we took a flight to Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. That flight for me, the purpose for going, really, it's memorable for me. So much came back to my memories. So much and many things tugged at my heart. It was 3,000 miles from the Los Angeles airport, better known as LAX. And from LAX in the west, we flew to Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Philadelphia, the city of brotherly love. There we were, over America, tagged by some as the cradle of American civilization. We flew over the Rockies in Colorado. We went through the wheat belt states in the Midwest. We flew over the lake area. We even flew over parts of the South into Philadelphia, the city of brotherly love. Now, the reason for this flight and what made it so memorable, I went to get a copy of my birth certificate, which had been placed away carefully by me so that I would not lose it. But, however, memory played a trick on me. I had forgotten where I had filed it. And I looked, and I finally found my birth certificate. It was at home in California. And we had paid for the flight, that red eye, on June 15, 2025. And we would leave the next day in the evening about 6 p.m. But let me tell you something about that date and what made this so meaningful and memorable for me. What made it so memorable as I listened to my parents, as I listened to the senior citizens, I learned that gas for your automobile was only, believe it or not, 7 cents a gallon. And not only that was it just 7 cents a gallon, you could get a new car for approximately $400 to $500 for that car. It was there where I was born in Camden, New Jersey, named after Lord Camden, that the first drive-in in America was established. And I remember when I was young and some of the older folks would go to the drive-in. We as young kids, being innocent, would get in the trunk. And getting in the trunk, we would get in free. It was quite an experience then. But I was first introduced to the area where we had flown, the city of brotherly love, and where I had grown up as a young boy in Camden, New Jersey, and Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I was introduced in a history class. I learned about the pioneers and the founding fathers. Oh, it excited me. I remember hearing the name of George Washington, father of our country. I heard of Abraham Lincoln in history classes, our 16th president, and he was known for securing the Union, establishing a union. And I remember about reading the Emancipation Proclamation. And by the way, my roots of my family, I have traced back to 1864, when we had the Emancipation Proclamation written. And I remember the Christian church. It's a church where Benjamin Franklin, you've heard about him, George Washington, the father of our country, you've heard about him as well. Remember John Paul Jones? Yes, we've just begun to fight. Oh, quite a lesson for me when I was in the 3rd grade at John Greenleaf Whittier. That was quite a school. On 7th and Chestnut Street. That's where I went. And I remember I was always older than the other young people in my class. I was always older than the students in my class. The reason is that in Camden, you had to have been 6 years of age for 6 months before they will let you enter the 1st grade. So when I entered the next year, I was 7. The students looked up to me, although I was short. I was the oldest boy in the class. And so we had gone there to find my birth certificate, which I thought I had lost, but I had secured it carefully. And at my age now, it has slipped my memories. But I found it the day before the trip. And I knew the airline would not return to us the money we had paid. So here is my purpose for catching that red eye, to go back to Philadelphia, along the East Coast as well, just to see the place where historians say the cradle of American civilization was established. The 13 colonies, places my friend and I visited. We went to Constitution Hall. We went to Independence Hall. We went to the places of the Christian church, just 3 blocks from the center of Independence Hall, Constitution Hall, and where the Liberty Bell was established. I'll never forget it. Again and again, it would invade my memories, and it would cause my heart to beat, to palpitate with a new joy of Camden, New Jersey, and Philadelphia. Philadelphia was important to me because in elementary school, a young man about my same height, let me be honest, a young boy like I was, we were about the same height. We played basketball in the elementary school called Brooks School. His name, Wilt Chamberlain. Same height, played together. And I don't say we grew up together, but let me explain why. He grew to be 7 feet 2 inches tall. I grew to be 5 feet 5 inches tall in elementary school in Brooks. And that's from there I went to Camden, New Jersey. And as my teacher would say, David, it's Camden, named after Lord Camden. And so I would now go back on June 15 and 16, 2025, to look at my roots, to relive my past. Historically, yes, but emotionally, it would tug at my heartstrings. And there I went back to the cradle of what they call of American civilization. Philadelphia, the city of brotherly love. Philadelphia, a place that I love so well. You see, I learned about Philadelphia, the New England states, when in 1943, I was in the first grade. I was only 7. As I said, in Camden, New Jersey, they would not let you into the first grade unless you had been 6 years of age for 6 months. So I was always the oldest kid in the class, and I enjoyed that somewhat. But Philadelphia, I'll never forget the fun that we had. It was memorable to me. And this trip was a memorable one for me. When we would get on the back of the trolley cars. We couldn't afford to ride within, so we would get on the back of that trolley. And when it got near the street where we wanted to go, we would pull the line. The wheel would no longer touch that hot line above the trolley. And we would run, going home, laughing. Memories. Oh, they meant so much to me then, and they mean so much to me now. But what really meant much to me was visiting the site, Independence Hall, Constitution Hall, the Liberty Bell, what they call the Christ Church, but the Christian church, where our founding fathers, Benjamin Franklin, George Washington, where they would worship, and we went to that church, sat in the seat up the street from where Betsy Ross lived, who made our first flag with the 13 stars representing the 13 colonies. Oh, what a journey for me. I left Camden in 1952 when I went to the Bible Belt in Huntsville, Alabama, or in the South. And I'll never forget it. I was told by my track teacher when I was in the 11th grade, he says, David, I have a 4-year offer for you, a full scholarship to go to Morgan State University. Morgan State, you will run the high and low hurdles. You will have full scholarship, room, board, you name it. That meant your parents would not have to pay for you to attend college. In the 50s, 52, how many of us, people of color, were going to college? Not many. It was an excellent opportunity. My mother did housework. My dad would drive a truck. And there I told Mr. Ethan, he was Jewish. I said, Mr. Ethan, I can't accept that scholarship. I am going to become a preacher, a minister. But in my culture, we always talked about the preacher, not the minister. He says, where are you going? I'm going to Huntsville, Alabama. He said, Alabama? Do you know what they do to your people in Alabama? I said, Mr. Ethan, God has called me to be a preacher, a minister. And he acquiesced and says, I understand, David. That was the beginning of my journey. Well, here I am, Loma Linda, California, where I taught in the Faculty of Religion, in which I worked on with the professors. We became a school of religion. Here at Loma Linda, the preacher is now a professor. And it's been a wonderful journey, interacting with those who would serve as healthcare professionals, a minister, the Word of God, tying it all in together where we will minister to the whole person. And that's what it's all about. And that's why that unforgettable journey made so much sense to me. I'm facing the mountain chain. I'm looking at Loma Linda, where people prepare for service. It's really amazing to me. It's mind-blowing to me. But God has called me, and that's why I'm here sharing today that memorable journey.